What's up, family? It's your boy D.GRAY back again doing this thing I like to do. First and foremost, I want you to smash that like button, thumbs up this bad boy, make a comment. This is hard work. I'm putting out good work. Show some appreciation. So smash that like button, do the subscribe button if you pick it up on YouTube, give it a thumbs up, comment on it. Let's get this popping. So I appreciate your support. Any of you out there who are supporting me, it's great. I'll support you when the time comes. Believe it. But let's get to the subject at hand. Here we go again with this crazy white supremacist nonsense. Another thing that was unnecessary. It's just a matter of time before we have to understand that this country is what it is. And I keep hearing people say that this is not the America that we know, that this is not the way true Americans behave. But that's just nonsense. What we witnessed yesterday was exactly what America has always been. What you see when you watch that TV and see those people is the most honest vision of what a certain facet of this country is really about. Douchebaggery. You had 1,000 brolic douchebags dressed up for douchebag activities. It's a crazy time in our history when after all this time, whenever I see someone carrying around an American flag that's not black, I immediately think of white supremacy. It's a damn shame that people who got their GEDs in their 30s can make the American flag even more racist than it was before. There was a time in my life when I was very patriotic, given that me and my mother, my father, my brother all served in the armed forces. I remember growing up and having a whole lot of pride in seeing that flag fly over the installation or wherever I was, even when I was overseas, but not anymore. Now we got dudes with HVAC certifications that have taken the pride from. We got women who buy Lululemon with their stimulus checks who have fucked it up too. And the clowns that wear their mask just under their nose, they're complicit in this bullshit too. I guess they're trying to make up for all the oxygen they didn't get when they were babies. And then the people who watch The Masked Singer are at fault also. Maybe not for racism or disrespecting the flag, but I just don't like people who find that show entertaining. President-elect Biden said that what we saw on the steps of the Capitol yesterday was not something that was indicative of what this country is about. And I'm not sure what era he's talking about or where he's been or what he's been paying attention to over the last 50 or 60 years, or if his old ass even remembers that shit. But what I saw yesterday is what we all know exists. There was a great deal of privilege being exhibited outside the Capitol and inside. White people were running in and out of that thing like there were a bunch of niggas in there barbecuing, bird watching, selling loose cigarettes, or jogging innocently around the hallway. We saw law enforcement over there giving ground to these rioters and these terrorists. And I can only imagine that they feel some kind of kinship with them, because we know that the law enforcement community, they have a problem with white supremacy. And we all know that. They were just letting these assholes in there like they were bouncers at a rave. They may have been charging these fools $20 at the door, who knows? These were the worst bouncers ever. And then I was checking out the senators and how shook they looked. I think Lindsey Graham, I think he was so shook. I think he called Trump a punk-made motherfucker. I don't know. It was funny to me. That shit was hilarious. But everything we saw yesterday, we always knew existed. But they deny it as if they're seeking some kind of redemption, that they're not purposefully practicing the religion of their choice. And I'm not trying to say that all white people are racist. I'm not trying to say that. But like I said in a podcast before, I think they find some kind of comfort in it because they know that they have some soldiers, some foot soldiers out there that will put in the work. This is what I talk about being on code. Any white person that was watching that, even if they're not bigoted, can look at that and know, I got writers out there. I got people that will go out here and put in that work. I don't think that we as black people would even think to do that over some politics. I think we want to march, and we want to march quietly and peacefully because that's what we're expected to do. But they were rioting. They were out there rioting for their people. And I totally believe that some white people, if not most of them, feel some kind of warm fuzzy about it. But I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to put that on everybody. Just almost everybody. But we can't be stupid about what we saw, okay? And we can't be stupid about how we need to react to that thuggery. We can't be stupid about how we react to the thuggery that white supremacy brings. We have to understand that we're not dealing with rocket scientists. We're dealing with people that have the social IQ of a jockstrap. These people are not mental giants. This idea of hating someone because of the way they look is the most base behavior exhibited by animals at the lowest level. That's why in nature you have certain animals that can camouflage themselves and stay camouflaged because they know that it could be life or death for them on sight. And you got to understand that white supremacists play the part of the predator in that scenario because they're ready to put in work on somebody on sight just because of how they look. So you have to agree that a person who practices white supremacy is not much smarter than the smallest brained animal in the animal kingdom. We have to understand we're not dealing with rocket scientists, even though I'm sure that there are rocket scientists out there who are racist too. But I would be mad at niggas too if I wasn't good at sports. I heard someone say earlier today that we shouldn't be mad or angry with the protesters for doing what they've done. If we're not going to be mad at the Black Lives Matter protesters for what they did, that's asinine. Anyone who thinks along those lines, you're being purposefully stupid. And you really need to assess your dietary needs because you're missing a mineral, a multivitamin somewhere. You're missing that. It's making you delusional. You need to go get you a prescription. That street shit you're taking will make you stupid. So go put on your best Lululemon sweats and go to the doctor and get you a prescription. Or steal them shits from your daughter before she sells them to her whole ninth grade class. Anyway, we need to get out of this mindset that what we saw yesterday was an aberration and not indicative of what this country is. You've got to understand that there's been a lot of surprises over the last 4 years as we began to understand that some of our closest white friends were harboring some kind of hatred toward African Americans. You know that. We need to stop being led into believing that our country is morally better than any place on the planet. That's not true. And we tend to want to preach to other countries about how morally standing we are. We're not. That's like taking advice from a female who's on her 5th boyfriend in a year. You're just not good at relationships. And you need to tell her. You really do. We have to start assuming that everybody who's not African American looks down on us. And that if they want to be part of our world, be in our presence, they have to prove themselves. Just like we've had to prove ourselves to be around them. There needs to be some kind of jumping in process. Maybe some kind of initiation. Like have them add more seasoning to their food or use less mayonnaise or maybe erase those episodes of The Masked Singer from their DVR. You know, black shit. Just understand that some of your best white friends could very well have been carrying around an American flag, a Tea Party flag, a rebel flag, a Trump flag, and running up and down your state capitol steps like a white supremacist Rocky Balboa, another imaginary tough white guy, spouting lies and bullshit like the executive producer of that Apprentice show, or TD Jakes, but I digress. We need to stop giving the country the benefit of the doubt when they've never really proven to be worthy of our trust. President-elect Biden is standing on stage saying that this is not America, that what we saw was not what America is about or what it is. That's just another finesse, and we need to stop buying that. America is exactly what we saw yesterday, and we need to start making moves to protect ourselves and to get our minds around how do we get back on code and finally start making this place palatable for everyone to exist. Make sure you like and subscribe here, man. I put in work on this video, man. That was a good video. Do that stuff, man. This is your boy D.GRAY. I'll see you on the flip side. 1.